Welcome to the news on Zodiac with me, Robert Kalua. First, the headlines. Commotion in Lilongwe as police engaged in running battles with minibus drivers over COVID-19 control rules. Government bans large poultry producing companies from distributing and retailing live poultry. Sheriffs sue MTA offices in Lilongwe over a 1.6 billion kwacha deal with Masters Security Company. And in sports, Wanderers FC fears for poor progress on Nomayanga Nomayatu initiative with the suspension of Super League games. Now the news in detail. There were running battles in Lilongwe between police and minibus drivers following the latter's defiance to mandatory wearing of face mask as stipulated in the new COVID-19 containment measures. Deputy spokesperson for Lilongwe Police Station, Foster Benjamin, told us that law enforcers were compelled to use force after noticing that the minibus drivers were not complying with order despite several warnings. At least 10 people have reportedly sustained injuries in the commotion that ensued between the two sides. Moving on, health workers in the country have asked government to fast-track the recruitment process of additional health workers in the country as it intends to open additional COVID-19 treatment centers in Mzuzu and Zomba. President for National Organization for Nurses and Midwives Council of Malawi, Saulos Chilima, has made the plea considering the pressure that is already piling on health workers in hospitals treating people with COVID-19 minus other patients. Government spokesperson Gospel Kazako has indicated that Zomba state residents and a site which is yet to be identified in Mzuzu will be operational in a few days after an assessment made by the Presidential Task Force on Wednesday. In Blantyre, some workers at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital are being accused of allegedly demanding money from grieving families to disinfect COVID-19 dead bodies. One of the concerned, Martin Zebedia, claims that he paid 40,000 kwacha to have his auntie's body disinfected on Tuesday morning. Hospital Director Dr. Samson Mdolo says they have not received any complaint officially to that effect, but would act on any health worker if found involved in such a scam.
One of the concerned, Martin Zebedia, claims they paid 40,000 kwacha Tuesday morning as the workers were reluctant to disinfect his aunt's dead body. Zebedia said they had no choice but to pay the money as they waited at the hospital for 2 hours without hope.
My concern is we haven't been told that when you lose somebody due to COVID, you are supposed to be paying disinfection fee. We were not told that. Making things worse, we are actually passing through very difficult times. Others, they can't even manage to raise that 40,000, and they'll just be kept there without being helped.
The hospital director, Dr. Samson Ndolo, has described the malpractice as uncalled for.
We are not aware and we have not received any complaint from any member of the general public. Please let me encourage everybody, if they come across anything like that, let them alert us so that we discipline these people. It is not supposed to be like that. So the infection of bodies is supposed to be done for free.
A health rights activist, Masuko Mademba, says this is unfortunate and unprofessional.
The government have got to do something about it. People indeed are found to be doing that. They have to take action so that other people should learn from that. But it's not acceptable when it's not pronounced, because Malawi has a free healthcare system.
People in the country are going through tough socioeconomic times triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic that has paralyzed most of economic activities. For Zodiac in Blantyre, this is Alfred Guta reporting.
Still on COVID-19, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has cleared concerns from the general public, suggesting that government is underreporting statistics on new COVID-19 cases and deaths in the country against records on the ground. Some residents in Lilongwe, for instance, claim that on Tuesday, the task force announced that 15 COVID-19 deaths were recorded nationwide, yet they observed close to 20 burials by health personnel at Area 18 Cemetery. The task force co-chairperson, who is also Minister of Health, Kumbidze Kandodo Chiponda, says the statistics that are being announced daily are recorded every 24 hours from 12 noon. The Civil Society Education Coalition, CISEC, feels government should first have conducted consulted stakeholders before making public its decision to temporarily close schools. CISEC Executive Director Benedicto Kondowe said this to us this morning, arguing that government fell short of providing proper guidance on how schools should operate in the meantime. Kondowe says the development has led to non-compliance of the same COVID-19 preventive measures, as some schools are sending learners back home before certification that they are COVID-19 free.
It is quite sad that despite the president as well as the minister indicating that borders should not go home unless medical professionals have done the screening to determine whether it is safe for them to travel. But even against these remarks, we are aware that some schools have already started, sending boarders back to their respective homes. So what it means is that enforcement of the statement by the president and indeed the minister is not complied with. One of the fundamental reasons could be that some stakeholders feel to have been left out in the decision making, which as an organization will always insist that on topical and sensitive issues like the one that we are dealing with here, it is important that all stakeholders must be brought on board so that we move forward as a country.
Away from COVID-19, Minister of Trade has banned with immediate effect distribution and retailing of live poultry by large poultry producing companies. The move, according to Minister responsible Sosten Gwengwe, is aimed at giving a chance to small-scale traders and farmers to thrive in the industry. Gwengwe said at a media briefing in Lilongwe that large poultry companies are from now onwards limited to wholesale business done within their production facilities and designated areas.
Minister of Trade Sosten Gwengwe says government has been forced to act after receiving a number of complaints from the poultry sector, and that the directives are as a result of candid discussions with players in this sector.
Because there's been over dominance of this sector by a few, and that's very risky because any economy you would want a lot of players in that field. So we would want to give chance to the small-scale farmers to also be able to grow and be big later on. So our job lead is simply to level the playing field and give chance to those hard-working Malawians into this poultry sector so that they have a chance of growing as they apply their business.
Gwengwe further said the aim is to ensure that large companies who are poultry producers in the country are not monopolizing the market, but rather are prospering and growing together with the local poultry producers. And chairperson for Small and Medium Poultry Farmers Association, Isaac Azanga, applauded the move taken by the government.
I'm very, very excited with the announcement by the minister regarding the way the poultry industry should be operated. As I had highlighted, indeed, most of the small poultry farmers were having problems to find space to sell their products. So with this announcement, I think most small poultry farmers are very excited, will be very excited.
The Minister of Trade says large companies should concentrate much in retailing of dressed chickens and consider export markets such as Mozambique and others which have already been secured for them. For Zodiac, this is Madalito Piri reporting.
You're watching the news on Zodiac. We'll be back with more news after this.
Wherever you go, a better future begins right here. So be part of this beautiful beginning. Malawi Adventist University Blantyre campus is inviting qualified persons to apply for admission into the 2-year Bachelor of Business Administration upgrading programs with concentration in marketing, accounting and management. Deposit an application fee of 10,000 kwacha to Malawi Adventist University, Standard Bank in Chewu branch, account number 910000744082. Download application forms at www.mau.ac.mw or collect them from Blantyre campus.
Email blantyrecampus@mau.adventist.org.
Your future awaits. Just come and learn how to grab it. Malawi Adventist University. Knowledge, truth, service.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night. there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Kupeza zinthu zabwino sikulira kukhala ndi chuma koma kuzindikira chisisi. Pamene Yohane anatangwanika kufuna kumukomedwetsa tango, Yakobe anapeza chisisi cha tango kudzera pa lisiti la katundu amene anagula tango. Tango amagwiritsa ntchito zonse zopangidwa ndi Purity Sanitary Products, monga Purity wosambira mthupi, Purity wosambira m'manja, Purity wodzola mthupi, komanso Purity wotsukira mbale ndi mapoto. Patangotha sabata imodzi Yakobe akugwiritsa ntchito zopangidwa ndi Purity Sanitary Products, Yakobe adatenga mtima wa tango chifukwa chooneka bwino. Wonekani bwino pogwiritsa ntchito Purity Sanitary Products.
Welcome back. Before we continue with the news, let's take another look at the top stories. Commotion in Lilongwe as police engage in running battles with minibus drivers over COVID-19 control rules. Government bans large poultry producing companies from distributing and retailing live poultry. Sheriffs sue MTL offices in Lilongwe over a 1.6 billion kwacha deal with Masters Security Company. And in sports, Wanderers FC fears for poor progress on Nomayanga Nomayatu initiative with the suspension of Super League games. Moving on with the news, operations at Malawi Telecommunications Limited MTL offices in Lilongwe have been paralyzed by sheriffs who sued the offices for breach of contract with Master Security Company. Director of Business Services for Master Security, Christopher Njeula, claims MTL owns them over 1.6 billion kwacha contract for security services. He said his company was forced to drag MTL to court after MTL terminated a 5-year security contract midway.
Director of Business Services at Master Security, Christopher Njeula, refused to give more details on the matter, but acknowledged that there is a legal issue between his company and Malawi Telecommunications Limited. He said that the company's lawyers are handling the legal matter, which involves breach of a 5-year security service contract. Zodiac has established that the MTL breached the contract by terminating it midway last year, forcing Masters to seek legal intervention, which the court ordered MTL to pay Masters the sum of 1.6 billion kwacha. Meanwhile, sheriffs on Tuesday pounced and sued MTL regional offices in Lilongwe, grounding all operations of the telecommunications company. An inside source at Master Security has confided in us that action may be taken on all MTL offices across the country to force the company pay the money. For Zodiac in Lilongwe, this is Western Guta.
Members of Parliament. Chief Justice Andrew Nyirenda has appealed to new 3 members of Parliament who took oath of office in Lilongwe that they have duty to live up to their campaign time pledges. Nyirenda says it would be a disappointment if the 3 did not fulfill their promises to the people who have ushered them into office. The 3 won in the December 2020 by-elections after High Court in Blantyre notified 2019 parliamentary pause on account of irregularities in their respective constituencies. Let's now have a look at sports. Mighty Wanderers Football Club fears the suspension of football is a setback in its already derailed Nomayanga Nomayatu initiative. The top flight league has gone into a 3-week recess for authorities to monitor the COVID-19 situation after public gatherings were restricted to 50 people. Club General Secretary Victor Maunde says the initiative has failed to meet its desired results due to the team's recent poor run of form, and the club expects another setback in entries due to the 3-week break.
In October last year, Mighty Wanderers Football Club launched the Nomayanga Nomayatu initiative, in which every supporter is being requested to make a monetary contribution of his or her choice, but 100 kwacha is the starting point through Airtel and TNM codes, but there hasn't been any significant progress. The team's recent slump in form in the current campaign has also been attributed as amongst the reasons why supporters seem not willing to come to the rescue of the team's financial constraints. With the top flight league suspended for 3 weeks for authorities to observe the COVID-19 situation, Wanderers General Secretary Victor Maunde fears for the West in as far as supporters patronizing the initiative is concerned.
For sure, the initiative will be affected because, as you are aware, normally a response from supporters do come when they watch their team play and especially producing good results. So initially we were not doing well, and coupled with the fact that the league is on recess for 3 weeks. Partly we can attribute the fact that the run of our poor form in the league has affected the promotion or the initiative, and it has been negatively affected.
Meanwhile, club authorities will meet over this weekend in Blantyre to brainstorm on the future of the club, which is in a financial crisis following the departure of Japanese sponsors Biford Limited last month. And to date, players are yet to be paid their December salaries and are also being owed game bonuses for some 5 games last season.
Government says all players and officials will undergo mandatory COVID-19 testing at the end of the 3-week football recess. Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Mansambo, has confirmed this to us. Meanwhile, Sulam says it will engage its stakeholders to adhere to the directive.
Government says whilst the top flight league will be on a 3-week recess to observe the situation, retesting of players and club officials will be mandatory. The players and officials were tested before the resumption of football in November, and Dr. Charles Mwansambo, the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Health, says the same guidelines will be applied.
There are some players that have tested positive, so we want when they're going on the pitch, they should all be negative. And the good thing is that now we have a more rapid test, the antigen test, so it doesn't take long before you get the results. So we should be able to screen some of the players before they start the game. But my hope is that if we observe all the public health measures and wait for 2 weeks, we should be able to arrest the spread and reduce the number of cases that we have at present.
Super League of Malawi President Tia Somba Banda says the league administrators will liaise with FAM's COVID-19 task force to adhere to government's directive.
It is our wish that during this the 3-week recess that we have taken, that all our players and the officials should be tested for COVID, so that in these 21 days they should be able to recover and also isolate. The COVID football task force is working hand in hand with the Ministry of Health to ensure that the players do get tested.
As of yesterday, the total number of people killed by COVID-19 had hit 321 and 6,614 active cases were registered as well.
That's about what we had time for in this edition of news, but before we go, a recap of our top stories. Commotion in Lilongwe as police engage in running battles with minibus drivers over COVID-19 control rules. Government bans large poultry producing companies from distributing and retailing live poultry. Sheriffs seal MTL offices in Lilongwe over a 1.6 billion kwacha deal with Masters Security Company. And in sports, Wanderers FC fears for poor progress on Nomayanga Nomayatu initiative with the suspension of Super League games. Visit our website, zodiacmalawi.com. Remember to keep a social distance, wear your mask properly, and wash your hands with soap frequently to help stem further spread of COVID-19. I'm Robert Karua.
Malawi